Tanya.
Hey, how are you?
Good. I just got done with my other meeting. I'm trying to clean up a little bit.
Okay, well, I'll let you clean. I'm a little early. I just didn't want to forget.
You did it. You're here. How's your weekend?
Quiet, which was good, but was needed.
Oh, those are the best, especially when it's nice outside.
You go now. Okay, no, I need you to go play with Lily. Or I need you to go watch a movie.
Let her say hi. I want to see her.
Oh, she's such a mess today. Oh my goodness. She's got Sharpie on her and her hair's a mess.
You look beautiful.
Say thank you. That's Dana. You say hi. No. Every time I turn the computer on, she's got to be there with me.
Yep. Your sidekick.
Yep. All right.
Bye. Hi, Papa.
Okay, when we start though, I'm going to have you go in the other room, okay? All right, you can sit with me for a few minutes, and then you got to go.
3 minutes.
Yep. 3 or 4 minutes. Yep. So when other people start popping on, then you're going to go play with Lily, okay? Sound good? All right. Look at, she's got llamas too. See her llamas? We got llamas too. Maybe do you want to sketch on a canvas like Lily is? You can do that a little bit, and then you can paint it.
My teeth are going up and down.
Yep. Yep. Oh, okay. I'm gonna have you go over and see someone else popped on. Okay. And you run along. Good job. Take it.
Hi, Chris. How are you? I gotta replenish my beverage.
Hey, kids, come pick up the markers, please. Come here, Rhodey. What? Rhodey, get in here. Hello?
Can you hear us?
Yep.
Hi. Can you see us?
I can't see you.
You can't see us.
Hang on. Yeah. Brody! Come on, Brody. Come here. Come here. Come on. Come on.
Is that your puppy?
Sorry, I got an escaped dog. All right.
I'm done.
Okay, now I can see you.
Hi. I think we have,
Hi.
we got Tanya, Chris. Hi, Jen. How are you?
Good.
I love seeing all your guys' faces. We talk so much via text message.
Go, Lily.
We'll wait a couple minutes and then we'll get started.
I'm 25, but I did Lily.
Hand them to me, dude. They'll be fine, I bet. Thank you.
Now, Chris and Tanya, you guys have been to a CNC meeting. Jen, have you ever made it in person to one?
I have not.
Okay. I'm your first.
Woohoo. I've not been in person, but I've done
Online.
online. Yeah.
And I forget, because those you struggled with a couple times, didn't you?
Well, the first one, it was Facebook. It was like in a Facebook group.
Oh, okay.
So that was kind of a struggle, but I think this would work better than a Facebook group one.
Okay. I kind of know what I'm doing, full disclosure. I don't know everything. I'm winging this a little bit. I see some buttons on sharing my screen, and there's a chat over here, so we're just going to go with it. So hopefully, if you guys like this, we'll do this every time. So that if you can't do an in-person one, you can at least come to and do a phone or a Zoom one. And do the same stuff. I'm gonna wait 2 more minutes. You guys want me to show you some stuff?
Yeah.
I got this new, it was the April incentive. We ended up at the farm, but it's the little thermal. And then this is a little tag that says property of. You guys can see that. Oh, it looks backwards, doesn't it? So that's a cute little farm. It's got a tractor on this side and chickens and windmill.
Cute.
And then some corn. So that was the, I don't even know what these are called yet. Oh, the off to lunch thermal. So that was the farm, but they also have the food truck and then the Jeep. And then this little pouch that came with it that has, these are the ones that go, so it goes down. So you can start it like this where it's just the little farm, the barn. And then if you need more room, you can pop it up. And then it's like a barn with a field. So super cute. But they had a dinosaur one. We had a really hard time picking with my family because we all wanted all 3 of them. So those are very cute. Those will start June 1st. And then, have you guys seen the fold away tote yet in action? I just love this thing. I think it's
I
so
have a flamingo one coming. I'm excited.
So that's the crab. And then you just kind of put it in the little pocket right here to fold them up. So I made Brooke and I do it together the other night, but here's my demo for you.
Oh, cute.
And it just, here's your little crab.
Oh, he's cute.
Isn't it cute? So I have that one. There's the Little Mermaid. And then I have a flamingo one on its way. I don't have it yet. I decided, I have a vendor event next weekend, so I decided to maybe try and sell some of those and get rid of them. Hi, Amy, you made it. She's popping up. Can you hear us, Amy?
Yes,
Yay! I'm glad you made it. How was your concert?
it was awesome.
You went to see Pink, right?
Yep.
Love her. She's one of my favorites.
I was there too.
You were too, Jen?
Yep.
That's right. I did see that on Facebook. So everybody was at Pink concert but me. All right. I think we have most of those we need. I'm going to send Terry and Nicole. How's Nicole doing? I haven't reached out to her yet, Jen.
I haven't talked to her since Friday.
Okay.
Not good. She hasn't been sleeping.
All right.
So,
Poor thing.
yeah.
To those of you on the phone, Nicole lost her grandfather. So she's been grieving.
Hmm.
So I will be sending her a card soon. All right, so let's get started. Welcome. Welcome to Celebrate and Connect. Thank you guys for coming and doing this with me. Amy, I was just telling the rest of them, I have no idea what I'm doing today. You know what? We're actually going to try and record this because even though you're here, I want to see if I can figure out how to do it. So, it says it is recording, so okay.
I literally just pulled in the driveway.
Whatever works. It says it's recording, so I think it just automatically does it. So bear with me as I figure out how to share my screen and do all that fun stuff. But my meeting, we're going to do a little bit different. We're going to stick to most of what they want us to talk about. But I really want to concentrate on really just booking parties and getting outside of our circles or just finding people to connect with and ask to party. I think what I'm hearing from most of our team in general is everyone needs bookings right now. So I want to take the opportunity to do that and really just we're going to go through a funnel exercise that I learned at Summit and that we did. How do we really find niche markets, niche people that we can help solve a problem and ask them to party or to buy what we're selling. So that's the activity that we're going to do instead of the one they want us to do. Sorry. We're not going to be like everybody else today. So I'm going to show you, this is where you have to bear with me. I'm going to show you a video from Cindy. Let's see how I do this. You guys are going to see all your faces here in a minute. Here we go.
I do not have any volume. I'm not hearing anyone.
Yeah, me either.
Me
You
either.
aren't?
Mm.
I am. It doesn't help you. All right. Let's see if we can figure this out. Let's go back here because that doesn't help if you can't hear it. You can see my screen though, right?
Yes.
This happened one other time too. Let me stop sharing for a minute. Oh, I think I figured out why. All right, let's try this again. You guys gotta speak up sooner.
I just thought everybody else could hear it and I couldn't.
Can you hear it now?
Welcome to the May Celebrate and Connect meeting. I am so glad you're here. By simply showing up today, you've already invested in your business and set yourself up for success this summer. Kudos! So, who's ready to have some fun? I know most of you have seen our summer sneak peek, and you are loving the playful new prints in our seasonal collection. I mean, mermaids, dinosaurs, cacti, so cute, right? Well, our summer guide is such a great reminder for all of us to let loose, have fun, and play. And today, it's time to rediscover the joy of having your own 31 business, starting at the party. Later, we'll hear from the 31 Gives team on some simple ways you can share our giving heart this season. In between, we'll get time to celebrate and learn from your fellow 31 sisters. And one more thing, I can't leave you today without reminding you about the best part of summer, conference. We have such an amazing weekend planned for all of you with product reveals, inspiring speakers, and great training that you won't get anywhere else. You've only got a few more weeks to register, so what are you waiting for? Friends, this summer is all about bringing out the inner child in each of us. The playful, free-spirited one, yes, but also the one who believed that nothing was impossible, who woke up every day with confidence, and who had dreams that were always bigger than her fears. And my dream is that you'll let her shine through this season. Now, I'll let your host kick off the meeting with some 31 style celebration. I can't wait to celebrate you at conference. Enjoy the rest of your time together, and I'll see you soon.
All right, there's our welcome. All right, I gotta figure out how to get back here now so I can see you. Stop share. There we go. All right. So our first thing we're going to do is, I know all of you, but I don't think any of you know each other. I think what makes this really fun right now is out of everybody on this call, we are all under Jody. And Amy, I believe you're directly under Jody. Is that correct?
Yes, she's my director.
Yes, and so I'm under Molly, but I'm still under Jody, and then the rest of you are under me. So I think what makes this fun is that we're all really on the same team. So what I want to do is introduce ourselves to each other. Just give me your name. Why are you still with 31? I know for me, my why has changed, so I'll go first and kind of talk about that. And then just tell me something that you're celebrating that you're excited about. It doesn't have to be 31, it can be personal, but I also want to know, like, what do you want out of this meeting today? What's that takeaway that you're looking for? Because I want to make sure that we are hitting it. So I'll start. Dana, you guys all know me. So my why, when I started, it's almost 4 years now, which is insane because it doesn't feel that way. I really just did it for extra income so that Jesse, my husband, could stay home with our kids while I went back to work, and it feels so such a big deal, and I could compensate with some extra income. I think now after 4 years, we've gotten to the point where, yeah, we still need something, but now that I went on the Bahamas trip and I used 31 to pay for a trip for us to the Dominican Republic, like that's my new why. We don't spend money on trips and vacations for ourselves, and before those trips, it had been like 8 years before my husband and I had been on a vacation together. Good news, I still like him after our last vacations, but that has been that's been eye-opening because we never take time for ourselves. And so my new why this year is really either getting on a trip, which is the cruise for this year, or making sure that we do at least one trip a year in which 31 pays for and my commission pays for us to just travel and hang out and make sure I still like him. It's always important. For me, the win, not all of you know, but like coming out of Christmas, I was pretty done with 31. I would say January, we were having the conversations of me quitting because I was just sick of it. The holidays always burned me out and I wanted nothing to do with it. I wanted to spend time with my kids. And I just felt like this was sucking the life out of me, which is horrible to say. But that's how I felt in the moment. And I think I have felt like this a few times over my 4 years with 31. And I always find something to ignite that spark, whether it's a CNC meeting or just talking to another consultant. For me, it was Leadership Summit in February. And again, just talking to other consultants that were all in the same boat that I was in. And so I came out of January, we had the sale and I had really high sales, which is, I didn't do anything. Like I hadn't worked my business since December 4th, to be honest with you. So I got lucky. I got lucky with January sales being over 2,000 without really working my business at all. I didn't work it in February and I didn't work it in March, and my numbers showed it. So I was from 2,000 to 600 and 200 was where I landed in March. And then come last month, I was about to lose my title if I didn't hit my sales and team sales. My team rallied with me, which I'm very thankful for. And then me just pushing it, because being a director is my favorite part about this, and listening to all of you and being able to help all of you. So my spark after February, I was back in it, but they always say whatever you're doing in your business today, it takes 60 days for you to actually see the outcome of it. And that's what I was seeing with my numbers. So my celebration is that with my team and me being able to push my own sales, I was able to keep my director title in April. And I got to do this meeting with you, and I'm excited to see what the months had to come, because I'm working my business, I'm being consistent, and I'm trying to book as many parties as I can right now. So that is all my information. Who's next? Somebody has to go.
I'll go. I'm Chris. I've been a consultant a little over a year now. I'm struggling just to find customers. It seems like whenever I talk to someone about the business, they know they have a consultant, blah, blah, blah. So and I have a lot of other stuff going on right now. So I'm kind of at a crossroads. I don't quite know what to do, if I need to take some time off till things slow down a bit. I don't know. To celebrate, I don't know. I went to my son's baseball game today. It was beautiful. We got to sit outside. He did awesome. So that's what I'm celebrating today.
I love it. I love that you're sitting outside right now.
So yeah, that's what I got.
Who's next?
I can go next, I suppose, because I had to take chicken out of the oven, so I better go quick. So I'm Tanya. I've been with 31 for about 2.5 years. Let's see, what am I celebrating? My daughter's 14th birthday this weekend. So that kind of blows my mind. And I got an outlet order this morning, so that was exciting. So I'm celebrating that. It was small but mighty.
Love it.
What else? What do I want out of this meeting? I need to get outside of my current customers, I guess, group. Kind of struggling with that. So hoping to get maybe some ideas to branch out a little bit.
Okay, go get your chicken. Don't burn it. Who's next?
I'll go next. My name's Jen. I've been a consultant for over a year. Struggling big time. I got a tiny sale last night while I was at the Pink concert. Really not celebrating anything right now.
Well, you got an order. That's a celebration.
Yeah, true. I have a lot of people showing interest in those bowls, but nobody's ordering them. So they're commenting and everything, but so yeah.
What are you hoping to get out of this today?
Just get outside my comfort zone and figure out something new to do.
Ideas.
Yes.
So I'm going to tell you all, Amy, before you go, this outlet sale, you're not the only one struggling. I myself am not seeing the sales that I normally would, and I know a lot of leaders are not either. So don't feel like it's anything that you're doing. I think as long as you're socializing that it's even going on, we can only do, 31 is sending emails out too. I would say, Jen, a comment about the bowls, like tomorrow, just follow up with everybody who was like, oh, those are super cute, and just tell them it's ending.
That'll be easy because it's my mom and sister.
There you go. If you want them, get them now.
That's right. I told them that last night. I was with both of them last night at the concert. So I actually use them today. I do love those bowls. So yeah, just don't feel like it's anything that you're doing. I think they're seeing lower sales in general than we have in the past. Yeah.
All right, Amy, what you got?
Okay, I'm Amy. Let's see, I think it's been 7 years since I've been with 31. So I haven't had any sales either on the pop-up sales, so that's okay. To get out of this today, just to regroup and kind of rejuvenate, get going again. And my why would be maybe some extra money for my college kid.
Right. College bound.
Yep.
I love it. So, and I think the other part about this, just, I know all of this about you guys, but just so you know, Chris, you're in a pretty populated area, but it's interesting because I think you're running into, I already have a consultant. And so that's the dynamic that you run into. I think for the rest of us, we all live in rural areas where we don't necessarily have the population to go to, myself included. And so I think regardless, hopefully my goal is to make sure that we all find someone to reach out to after this meeting. And how do we, connect and market to them to see if they want to host a party. But based on what I know of all of you and kind of where your struggles are, I think this meeting will be good for us to kind of regroup. I like that word. Figure out what to do. Okay, so I'm gonna try sharing again. We are gonna share a video from Scott, who I absolutely adore. I have to tell you, this morning I was watching the video and we had seen. I'm a huge fan of Cindy and Scott in general. I have had the opportunity to meet them and run into them a couple of times, just in conference, being a leader, and then those are the only two things, because I think I met her the first time at conference. They're very genuine people. They're very down to earth. What I love about Cindy is she will kick your butt in gear though if needed. So they're very heartwarming, but they are very good at what they do, and they're very inspiring. So my husband and I had gone to the Bahamas,
and they're sitting at a bar, and I'm like starstruck because they're both sitting there. But I don't want to go say hi to them because I'm like, that's awkward. But I'm trying to like point to them to my husband. So he sees this video of Scott today, and he goes, oh, so that's what he looks like. So apparently he didn't get enough of him at the back of his head. But what I love about this, and I love the fact that Scott did a video today, is he very much is a part of Cindy's world and Cindy's business. And I always tell people our husbands, our partners tend to see rooms full of bags when they live with us. So there's more than the bag. And I always say, if you have the opportunity to show your partner just like what 31 is about, or just, you know, something that's happening, I have found that they seem to enjoy it. They get a little bit into why we're selling bags, because I think at the end of the day, yes, we love the product, but I think a lot of us are here for just other things than just the product themselves. So if you get the opportunity, I'm going to try and figure out a way to post these on my YouTube page so that you guys can grab them. But this video of Scott, it's a really good way of him trying to inspire us to, you know, think of ourselves, think of what we need, not just within our businesses, but in our personal lives as well. And that's the true essence of 31, is they don't just care about us partying, but they care about us as people. So with that, I am going to try and share again. Listen to Scott.
Do you have a big dream? I mean, like a really big one that scares you. It's okay if you don't. Life is so packed for most of us, and dreaming big often gets lost in the noise. But I do encourage you to make room and find some white space in your life. You know, a few years ago at conference, you may remember I talked about margin. Think about your favorite magazines, even our own Virtuous Women magazine. You always see white space, those margins around stories, photos, and ads. Well, how different would your reading experience be if there were literally words and images pushed all the way out to every edge of every page, filling in all the space? You'd be overwhelmed and unmotivated to read it at all. If you could even figure out where to start, you likely wouldn't get that far before just completely losing it. Books and pages need margin. Life needs margin. You need margin. White space is where dreams are born and mapped out. Have you ever written notes or scribbled pictures on pages of books, your journals, or your Bible? The margin is where we can take what we've been given and translate it into what it all means for us personally. Does your life have margin? What about your time with your family? Does it all center around activity, or do you leave space for dreaming, laughing, and encouraging? Your 31 business needs margin too. Have you ever felt so busy doing stuff that you weren't getting stuff done at all? My dear friend, you might need a margin makeover. I'll say it again. Dreams are born in white space. Breathing happens in white space. You need it. We all need it. As we look ahead to learning how to dream big and shine bright at conference this summer, I challenge you to prioritize creating some margin for yourself. Eliminate some noise. Find space to breathe, listen, and dream. Find your margin. We can't wait to see you at Celebrate and Connect.
So there's Scott. I think my takeaway from that, which is something, it came in good timing because it's something that I've been working on a lot, is balance. So I hear, you know, dreaming big, also how to create the balance within trying to get it all done, so to speak. I know for me, you know, my tripod, so to speak, is 31, it's Target, and it's my family. And so trying to balance all three of those can be very challenging, but you have to do it. And so the last few months for me have been really focusing on those things that I really need to do and not spending the time doing a lot of unnecessary things. I'm the one who sits on Facebook and gets sucked in and then forgets what I was just on there for. I do that daily. So putting, those barriers around, I think for me, the getting back into partying again, which I haven't done in a while, because remember, I didn't party from like December to March, getting back in the game again. So I know that I have to book parties, and how do you book a party? You find people and then you ask them. So for me, it's really been spending time on doing the ask and not as much of all the fluff. So I know that something that someone said to me recently is if you, what am I going to say here? Like when you work your business and the consistency, for example, whatever you do today, like I said before, it's 60 days before you see the outcome of it. I know that I have to book parties, so I have to make a list and do the ask of everybody that I possibly can. I know I'm going to get a lot of no's. That's the point of it. We celebrate those. But someone in that list of people, I will get a yes. So the last few months have really just been me making list after list after list of people that I've partied with before. But the point of today too is who outside of my circle, dream big, can I reach out to and connect with? So it's going, and we'll do this later, it's not going to be people that maybe you run into all the time or that are in your immediate circle. I want you to think even bigger than that. It's going to be those maybe that your friends hang out with, or a distant family relative, or you're going through Facebook and you just happen to see someone doing something that you know that you can relate to. So that's the exercise that I really want to spend some time on, that we'll start going through today. We have one other video with Sherry, who is going to talk through just the newness coming. And she's going to ask us to work on how do we get 10 people at the guest party, in which I will give you all the ideas for, but I really want to concentrate on this funnel exercise of finding new people. Uh-oh, I might have a family that just walked in. They're not supposed to come home yet. All right, we're gonna show Sherry's video and then we'll start working on our exercise. I see you. We're still doing it. You gotta be quiet. All right, here's the video with Sherry.
Hi friends, can you believe that a new season is right around the corner? More than 40,000 of you got ready for summer by tuning in to our summer sneak peek, but you can always watch it again or share your favorite parts with your team by visiting Scoop on TOT. Now we're getting set with fun and purposeful training all month long. Everything from business supplies and Virtuous Women magazine to our live kickoff and early access events are designed to get you and your team set for success. This summer, 31 truly has something for everyone, and we're not just talking about those amazing prints. When you're hosting your own summer celebration party this June, whether it's a backyard barbecue, a picnic in the park, or a mom meetup at the pool or playground, think about all you have to offer her. Summer is the perfect time to help women just like you find flexibility, freedom, and some extra cash with their own 31 side gig. Think about all the teachers you know who are looking at 3 whole months to build a strong foundation for a business that can bring in a little extra or a lot extra all year long. The best thing you have to offer is the opportunity to join you in building a life they love just by sharing the products they love. Talk about the flexibility, the income, and all those perks you love, like how you're using your Wishes rewards and the chance to shop our early access event at 40% off. Now, even if she's not quite ready to join your team, she can still share the fun of 31 and help you build your business this summer. Think about it. With the kids home full-time for 3 months, how many moms do you know who would love a chance to get out of the house and reconnect with friends while they shop with you. As Cindy always says, our business is built on the party, and now is the perfect time to start booking even more when you knock spring out of the park. We've challenged the 31 family to hold 90,000 parties by the end of May, and here's why. Partying leads to more consistent paychecks for both you and your team members. It's also your best opportunity to meet new people, sponsor new team members, and book into the future. And these parties can be face-to-face, online, or on the go. It's all about making connections and building relationships. So be sure to jump on TOT, where we've loaded you up with fun social graphics, training tools, and trackers to help you meet your partying goals and knock spring out of the park. And we've got a surefire way to get your hostesses engaged this spring. You know that 31 has put together one of the best hostess programs in the business, so all you have to do is show them all the incredible rewards they can earn. Have a current customer who's fallen in love with a new summer style? Show her how well it works as part of a Core Plus 2 solution set and how much she'll save on all of it just by hosting a party. And we've made it simple to pique the interest of brand new hostesses by being a living billboard. Many of you have earned an April incentive bundle featuring these fun farms, 4x4s, or ice cream treats. And everyone here will go home with their own all-in organizer in one of 3 other buzzworthy new prints: our sweet mermaids, adorable dinosaurs, or colorful cacti that are right on trend. You're going to want to carry these wherever you go this summer to start new conversations, from the beach to the ball field. Remember, every party is another chance to build new relationships, add to your paycheck, fill your calendar, reward your hostesses, grow your team, and earn all those amazing incentives for working your business. And the bigger your parties, the easier it is to meet all of those goals. Let me show you what I mean. In 2018, an average party had about 6 guests who spent about $85 each. That would mean over $100 in commission for you, and even more if you're a leader. And a pretty good haul for your hostess, too. That's not bad. But look at what happens when you add just 4 more guests to that same party. That's an extra $85 in your pocket, plus a happier hostess who'll be even more excited to party with you again. If you want to totally transform your business this summer, we've got a new formula to share. Make it your goal to have 10 guests at 4 parties per month. That means partying an average of once a week. At each of those parties, you're going to book 2 more parties and sponsor 1 new team member each month. That's the 10-4-2-1 formula. Now let's talk about how you'll do it. There are plenty of tools and ideas in your current issue of VW and under partying and marketing materials on TOT. But we also know how valuable it is to hear what's working for your sisters. So let's take a few minutes to talk with the consultants around you about coaching your hostesses to get 10 guests at every party. Here's one to start. Coach your hostess to over-invite. If she wants at least 10 guests, she'll need to invite at least 40 people. Helping her put together her own version of a who do you know list is a great place to start. Now it's your turn to share with each other your best tips for hostess coaching. So get out your pens and have fun.
All right, that was scary. So the comment I made at the party I did earlier today is it's hard to do 10 people at a guest when you don't have a party to start with. So that is truly why I don't necessarily want to concentrate on how to get 10 guests at a party, and I want to concentrate today on actually getting the party. So I'm going to actually give you the ideas that they've given us on how to do the 10 guests per party. Question for you though is, can you guys each tell me, do you do mostly online or do you do home parties as well? Online.
We've all been
I've been
online.
mostly doing vendor events.
Okay.
Online.
Amy, you're online too? Okay. So I am too. The reason why I ask is in my last meeting I just did, someone did mostly home. So I think it changes the conversation a little bit. But it sounds like we're all doing it the same way. So it'll just be a little easier. So the 10 guests at a party, I think where it becomes a little bit more difficult online per se is I think we're all pretty good at getting 40 people to join the party. Or I should say to have 40 people get invited to the party. if we want 10 there. But a lot of times, a few things happen. They over-invite and they invite too many people and there's no personal connection. And I think that's where my hostesses don't listen. You can't make them listen, but we can coach them and be very specific in that the information that we're giving them, we're giving it to them to make their party as successful as possible. So when we invite them or when we set them up to invite, we want them to send out a message to 40 people, assuming that 10 will actually join. Now, I've been using Facebook groups. I don't know if you guys are using the same or if you're still on events. I do groups because I like to schedule the posts. With the groups, they have to still accept the invite, just like the events on Facebook used to do. So the perfect part about this is if you're doing Facebook online and you're using groups, you can still have the host send out an invitation that's personal to each one of their guests saying, I would love you to join my Facebook online 31 party. Can I, here's the link to join it. I always like to send the link versus inviting them myself or the host add them. If you kind of force them to join through the link, for one, they're going to see most of the posts more likely. And then two, you know they're interested. So you have like a bigger commitment that they're actually involved. So I send the link to have them join. So that's the invite 40, hopefully you get 10. I think the other part on the online is having a guest bring a friend. You can offer that at an in-home party, super easy. So, invite a friend to the party, or if you bring a friend with you to the party, you get a ticket for, your name in the drawing. I think you can still do that with Facebook and online parties. My suggestion and idea would be, still do a post saying if you invite a friend to this party, you'll get your name in the drawing. Invite your friend and tag them so you know that they just invited that person and you have that person's name. But it may be a way for us to get other people in that party that maybe aren't directly connected to that hostess. So that's an online version of what the idea that they had given us about have your guests bring a friend is still do that online and have them invite a friend to the online party. The other pieces or suggestions of it are, when you're sending invitations, send it in multiple ways, whether it's doing a Facebook event, an email, doing a text message. I like to give my hostesses the wording, and this is my cheat sheet. So I have in my phone, in my memo section, different wordings for different occasions. So it becomes a copy and paste for me and makes it easier and quicker. So for the invitations I do for my hostess, it may be, as the hostess would say, I want to invite you to my Spring 31 party. 31 has some great new products that just came out. I would love it if you could join us. Here's the link to join. And so I always try to give them the wording because then they don't have to work as hard. And it makes it easier on your hostess, which means the goal is that they actually do what you want them to do. And you know that they're using the wording that you want them to say versus coming up with something else. The other options are a reminder. Reminders are always good. So doing a quick message for your hostess to send out to the party guests, a day. They have 3 days on here. I would say even closer, maybe a day or two, especially if you're doing an online party. It's not like they have to go anywhere to be a part of it. So just doing a reminder, have your hostess send a reminder out to everybody, just saying, hey, just a reminder, my party starts this date. I would love it for you to join us. Again, here's the link. And then the other one is setting up an online shopping link, but we're already doing that. I will say for anyone who maybe doesn't want to participate in the Facebook portion of it, which I do run into some people, I still offer the online link for them to just go there and shop. Because some people just like to shop. They don't want to look at all the other posts. For vendor events, Chris, do you usually do a drawing slip at those?
I haven't tried that. It's mostly at vendor events has been cash and carry.
Okay.
So a question I have is, anyone who does vendor events, do they have one of those things they plug into their phone and they can zip people's cards? Is that what they use?
Yep, the Square.
Yeah.
I have one. I just got one. I think it creates a little more ease for people that want to use a card. There is a fee attached to it, so you have to figure that out and make sure that either you're eating the fee or you're going to charge them the fee to swipe the card if they can't do cash. I think it can be helpful. The device itself is free, and then you just pay the fee every time you swipe it. I do want to say when you first join, though, you get so much free.
Okay.
And you know what I'll do? Let me send you, I think I am able to send you like my link to look at it. So I will send it to you. I did use this past December, and it worked out really well at a vendor event that I did. So with vendor events, what I would suggest is to do a drawing slip, and you can actually get them on our back office at TOT. And then the drawing slip is basically give away something for free or gift certificate. You could do like a $20 gift certificate so that it's not out of your pocket right away. And then have them fill out the drawing slip, and it's to get their information in which you can then input it into your back office. But then it also has 3 lines about, do you want more information? Do you want 31 news, which is like our emails and stuff? Are you interested in booking a party? Or are you interested in more information about joining 31? Those create leads for you that you can follow up on.
Okay.
So, and most of them are usually there for the free stuff anyways, but you are still able to grab their email or phone number that they give you and put it in your back office information. And then, you know, you're able to at least figure out through conversation who might be interested in doing it. And I just booked 2 parties from an event that I did in December. During my downslope of I don't want to do anything with 31, I hadn't done anything with them. And so I needed to find a way to kind of boost some business again. And I went through all those vendor slips that I had gotten, and there were like maybe, I think there was 9 or 10 that had been interested in booking a party. I just recontacted them and said, hey, our spring catalog is out. We have some really great products. Would you be interested in booking a party this coming spring or summer? And then I did get 2 from that. So I think they do generate business if you do the drawing slips. So that's a tip on that. And vendor events, and it's something I know Jen and I have talked about too, they can be hard in small towns because they're not as nearby. And so I have a rule that as long as it's within an hour, I will go do it. They're not my favorite, and I only do them during the holidays, but I am doing them. I have one next weekend because I need new customers. I've been circling in my same circle for a while now too, and so I need to find some new people. So that has been, I've spent a lot of time on Facebook. They have, there's usually a lot of groups for Minnesota, really any state specific. And I know a lot of the Minnesota ones have the Dakotas and Wisconsin in them too. Of vendor events that you can look into. So that's how I've always gotten mine. I always say, keep an eye on how the vendor coordinator is communicating the event. So I always ask them, how are they communicating the events? Because I want to make sure they're not just using one source. And I want to ensure that, you know, they're using signs, they're using social media, they're using multiple avenues to socialize the event, because then it's probably going to be more successful. I also had received a tip from someone who sold Norwex. She's actually my Norwex dealer. She gave me the recommendation of it's a company that does event vendor events all year long that she's had really good success from. And I signed up with them last year, and she was not kidding. The one in December 4th, which always is better during the holidays. I think the sales are always higher. I think you always need cash and carry during the holidays. Otherwise, vendor events, I don't usually do cash and carry at all. If they want to buy something off my table, they can, in which I'll just replace it. But I usually just go there for contacts and just to get additional people I can call. What was I going to say? Oh, so those that you buy from in other direct sales, ask them what events they've gone to in the past that you feel that they thought were good. I think those always, it's nice to have a referral instead of walking into something that you have to pay money for and it not going anywhere. Now, with that being said, I have done many events like that where I think maybe 20 people have showed up in the event all day. Those are not a loss. Those, I still got contact information for at least half of those people, usually all of them. But sometimes your best customers can be the other vendors in that event. So, it's those that are crafting, it's the others that, the other direct sale companies that use 31. So just take those opportunities to even go around to other tables and introduce yourself. I always do, and I have these ready right now. So I always do little packets. I got these little baggies from Amazon. I do a little mini brochure inside my card, which is a magnet, because I don't use business cards. But you really could just do this mini catalog, and I throw some chocolate in it and call it a day. These are what I hand out. So this is my conversation starter with anybody who walks by me. And they can't walk by me because they want chocolate. So I always make sure I try to put it in the hands of everybody. They get your information, but it really is just a tool so that I can say hi to people. So give one of these to all the tables and just introduce yourself. Let them know that you're with 31. You're at the 31 table. And usually a lot of them already have consultants, but if they don't, spark the conversation. Have you ever hosted a party? Would you be interested? And go down that line of communication. So even though I would say as part of like our funnel exercise we're going to do today, think of what vendor events that you can go to. Schools have them now. I know even our small town schools do them. Those can be really, really, really successful. I will also say sometimes you can tell when a vendor event is very successful because it's hard to get into. So write it down, because when it comes up next year, make sure you do it in advance, like 6 months in advance. And I always have a hard time with that because I never actually want to do it the day of. But I've already signed myself up to it. I've already committed to it. So I'm going to do it and I'm going to suck it up. And it always ends up being great. But that's the downside, is you kind of have to make an appointment to schedule it and put it on your calendar. But the good ones are always booked really early, so you got to get into it early. Okay. Say hi quick. Oh no. But those are great ways to fill our funnel, and those are great ways to fill our funnel with potential customers that we've never met before. And those are the people that can keep you partying all year round. So vendor events can be really, really key. But you have to make sure that you follow up with them. So you use your drawing slips to get contacts to continuously follow up. So you follow up with them right after the event saying, hey, thank you for, coming to my booth. It was great to meet you. We have a great, whether it's the special or the spring catalog that you want to mention, or the new summer catalog that's coming. Talk about whatever's going on with 31 in the moment, and then ask. You always have to ask the question, would you be interested in hosting a 31 party with me? If you don't do the ask, you're just talking. You're marketing, you're not actually doing the question that needs to be done, which is, do you want to host a party? So, and I think what is great about the drawing slips is it's an easy follow-up discussion of, hey, thanks for coming to my booth. Now let me talk to you more about what's going on as well. So we're gonna do this worksheet, and I'm trying to find mine that I have. Let me go grab another one and I'll be back. All right, I did try mailing it, and I don't know if all of you guys got it, but did you guys get a little envelope for me?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yes? Amy, did you get yours?
I don't know.
Okay. Well, you don't need it, so I'm just going to show it. So in the mail, I sent this funnel. We actually did this in Summit, and we did it as part of a selling presentation that they did with us. So the idea is a funnel, and we want to put people in our funnel that we don't know and that could be potential new customers. And so once we get them in our funnel, this is where we do our marketing. We tell them all the newness that's happening with 31. We party with them. We show them products. This is all the inside of the funneling happening like a tornado. The bottom is the ask. So this is our true ask of, do you want to buy this product? Do you want a special? Do you want personalization? Do you want to book a party? Do you want more information on joining 31? So this is the key to everything, because as you get this swirl, you want to funnel them down and then do our ask, in which you'll get a yes or no. So what we're going to do, and Amy, you don't need the paper, you can just do it on a regular piece of paper. What I want to spend like 3 minutes doing is everybody kind of by yourself, do the first part of this worksheet. So I want you to think of all the different people, or maybe it's sports teams, events, whatever it may be, that you could reach out to and market to, and tell them that you're a 31 consultant, or you got something you want to tell them. So I'm going to put my timer on so we stay on task, but take some minutes and think about who you want to talk to. All right, our timer's up. We're gonna, I can never figure out how to get this off. Okay, we're gonna share in a minute, but some other just key things that we talked about when doing this exercise at Leadership Summit. So again, the funnel is, these are our potential clients, and then they become qualified, I should say, these are the potential clients that we wanna go in. They become qualified leads that we then present at a party, and then we do the asking. So the whole point is that we're funneling them down to an ask, which becomes a sale, a party, a sponsorship. So a couple of key things and takeaways that I received out of it. This was like my big aha. Most of you probably know I am on Facebook a lot with my business, and it's kind of where it has ended because online just works for me and our family. But why this became such an aha moment is doing graphics, even though they may say the wording of, you know, this is this deal I have going on, it doesn't mean I'm selling. So even posting graphics like that on Facebook, it's still marketing. Selling actually isn't selling until you do the ask. And that is something that I was like, but wait, I do all these super cute posts, and what do you mean I'm not selling? It's not selling, it's marketing. You are marketing to people to gain interest, but you're actually not doing anything until you ask the question. So keep that in mind. And it's something that I have been very aware of lately is, you know, really the marketing that we do on Facebook or online is to get someone's attention, but that is really just to give us that potential lead. So we have a lead, and now we have to follow it up with a question. So now, okay, I have someone who likes bowls. They've seen the bowls. Now I'm gonna send a message to them, maybe on personally, maybe not even in the Facebook script or message board, that says, hey, I saw that you like these bowls. The sale ends on Monday. Do you want to put in an order for them? So it's, you know, going through and making sure that we ask. Without it, it's not selling. It's just marketing. The other piece that when we think of those who we want to put in our funnel, those are our target markets. So those are the people that we want to reach out to. Out of those people, what I want you to think through as we go through this exercise is, what are their problems? What can 31, what can I solve for them? Those are the things that we are going to be, that's, you know, we find our target market, we're going to figure out what is it that they need that I can help with, and then I'm going to ask about it. I'm going to see if they would like me to help them. So that's the funnel approach that we're going to go through. So now I want you guys to talk through, because I have some ideas, but I don't have all the ideas. Who are the people that you threw on your list that you want to connect with?
My mother-in-law, she works at a nursing home.
Yes, I don't have that one on my list. That is a great idea. And you have people coming through all the time.
And she said that there is no local consultant down there since my sister-in-law quit. So I gave her business cards, but I don't know if anybody goes online or, so I thought about sending her some catalogs.
Here's another idea, and I don't know kind of what their rules are, what they do, but ask her if you can set up a table one day.
Okay.
And a lot of times they have like a community room.
Right.
Because I mean, people are there visiting anyways, or, you know, maybe she knows a day that they seem to be heavier on visitors and stuff too. Please set up there and just have, you know, be available for people, either whether it's the workers that work there, which are all potential new parties, if you think of it that way. That could be a great spot to start. I also think of with nursing home, we've done, or I haven't done, I've seen a few fundraisers that are done. So they do little kits for the patients in the nursing home. For Easter, they do little Easter baskets out of the caddies that you could put together and stuff like that.
Okay. Yeah, it's like the nursing home and hospital are one. So
I like it.
Yeah.
That's a great idea. I wrote it on my list. Who else? What else you guys got?
Every year, at the end of the school year, my son's school, they do like a mom's party. And it's per grade level. So like we have a second grade mom's party at the end of the school year. So all the moms come, someone, opens up their house and there's wine and appetizers and just, it's a great place to meet the moms. So when you get those birthday invitations or play date invitations, you have to know who your son's going to be hanging out with.
Yep. I have never heard of that, and I need to do that at my school. Is it just moms that just put it together, or how did they get that started?
Yeah, it's just the moms that put it together. Like I said, some mom opens up their house each year, different mom. I've gone to 2. And it's per grade level. So then, it's easier where it's not just like the whole school.
Yeah.
Where
That's
so it's a great place to meet great parents. Yeah, it's fun.
Okay, so you have a total room full of people, Chris, that you get to talk to.
And I always have like my 31 bag with me, the cute one that's out. So it's,
So another thing that we were talking about earlier today is, and it's something that I struggle with. So, I introduce myself to people and I always say I work at Target, but I don't just work at Target. I also have a very successful 31 business, or, I'm a 31 consultant too. And so, there's other consultants that we were talking about today that don't even mention that they're with 31. They're a stay-at-home mom. That's the first thing out of their mouth. So I would also encourage you in those moments to not just carry the bags, but are there ways for you to communicate that you actually are a 31 consultant? And so I also, in events like that, I like to play a game with myself, and sometimes I include my family on it of who can pick out the 31 bags. And so if you can figure out who is bringing 31, that they buy. Now, they could still have it a consultant, but it opens up a conversation and you never know who's sitting around them listening. So it may be, oh, I saw that you brought a 31 bag today. That's a super cute bag. I sell it. Have you hosted a party lately? Did you just get it as a hostess reward? So kind of those questions to think about when you run into people at big events like that. But that's a fun, I want to do that at our school.
It is. It's a lot of fun. So much fun.
And I think in that situation, you have moms now that are, everybody's got their kids home for the summer. So an idea that we had thought about is there an opportunity for you to put together an event yourself with other moms and their kids this summer? Maybe to do a craft or to do something. Everybody's home with their kids, so how do you kind of think outside the box and bring everybody together again? It doesn't have to be everybody, it could be just maybe a mom that you connect with already, just to say, hey, should we get some kids together and some other moms this summer, and maybe just throw a quick little get together.
Mm-hmm.
All right, what else? Amy, you've been in the game for 7 years. What do you got?
Nothing. I'm regrouping, remember? I think 7 years, so don't quote me.
That's all right. We'll round.
I don't know, like your sports teams, I guess. Try to.
What are ones that you are hearing a lot about right now?
Well, we have a new softball. Our fast pitch team is new, so they're always looking for ways to raise money. So I'm thinking maybe a fundraiser or so.
That's on my list too, because I've noticed a couple of people. I always laugh because I'm not the one at the ball field, but I have people on Facebook that are, and I guess that's part of going through your Facebook pages and just kind of scrolling through your news feed just to see what everybody's doing and how you can connect with maybe that target market. And softball was one of them. I actually have someone who bought at a party for me. She's on 6 softball teams, which is insane. She basically does softball 6 days a week. And at the time, I was like, you're crazy. But I was like, wait, I just thought about it this week. I have 6 softball teams I could basically do a fundraiser for. So I think that idea is exactly it. We have a ton of products, whether it's, products for them to bring their gear to the field, thermals for snacks and stuff. So whether it's buying in themselves, or I was thinking the fundraiser thing as well, how, do they need money for the summer? Whether it's for their uniforms or their equipment or whatever else. So I'm with you, Amy, on that one. Volleyball is another one that I've noticed lately, like the beach volleyball, the sand volleyball at some of the bars have leagues, and that might be another avenue for a sports team.
Or maybe if there's a tournament of some sort, even if it's just a little league tournament, you could maybe set up a table there. I mean.
Yeah, that's a really good idea. I mean, part of that too is just asking. The worst thing they're going to say is no, we don't want vendor tables there, but unless we ask, you never know. And you could say, I'll set up a table and then you can have part of the profits that I make or the commission. And so then you're giving it back to their
program.
Yeah, and which point to me, in my mind, they have nothing to lose. That's a really good idea. There's lots of sports things. I always, when it comes to school stuff, that's a little harder because usually a school board has to approve it. But a lot of your summer stuff, it's easier, I think, to get into and just connect with those who may want to do a fundraiser. A lot of your adult leagues are good ways to get in.
And I know there's a new group. I don't know. It's called Bio Girls that just started here in our community. So I don't know. I know there was a pretty hefty startup fee. So I don't know if, like I said.
What is that?
It's for 2nd through 6th graders, girls. Okay. It's more like empowering, and I think it's girls that have, don't have a lot of self-confidence and not a lot of friends, but I guess, I don't know, something, it was a pretty hefty fee to start up the to be a part of the organization, so.
That is interesting, but it's also our mission of 31. So that is a very awesome tie-in, even if, I don't know, that sounds like it's worth having a discussion about, because that's exactly what 31 is all about. And how can we help them, if anything? Whether it's, doing an event, supporting an event that they're doing, or even getting the girls together, the putting crafts or whatever it may be, using 31 products to do it. The succulent thing is really big right now with the wood caddies and doing the succulents in those. But yeah, that's pretty cool.
I didn't even think of those wood caddies with the succulents.
I don't either. I've just seen a lot of pictures lately. I'm not crafty, so when I see things, I'm like, ooh, that looks really nice. Ooh, that looks nice. But yes, those have been very popular right now. And I've actually seen that event. There was a bar, I think in Wisconsin, that just did an event for them. It was a bar that offered it out as an event. They had a greenhouse, a garden house center that came in that provided the succulents. And then they also provided the containers, but you could totally come in there and do that. Have everybody buy a caddy and then partner with a garden center for the flowers. And it just doesn't have to be succulents. You can do that with a lot of flowers. The caddies are always fun to do, the little carry-all caddies, because you can fit, just a little white plastic flower container and then put a daisy or something in it. It doesn't have to be anything hard, whatever it does to occupy their time for 15, 20 minutes to do it. And then you're really just setting up and talking about 31 or mingling and meeting new people. I like your ideas, Amy. Anything else, guys? I have a few. I'll talk through mine. There's 2 right now. So something I encourage you to do is if you have any community groups around you that you can connect with. I've done 2 over the last couple of years, and not 31 didn't drive me to those. I did those for other reasons, but I've been able to do 31 stuff being involved in them. So one has been the PTA for our school, which I did because we didn't have one for our school. But through that process, I've been able to do a fundraiser. I've met people. I've met people in town that I wouldn't have normally met that now know that I'm a 31 girl. Mostly, I've been able to meet majority of the teachers, and we have a really small school. So they all know that I do 31. So it's just connection points that I've been able to make. Same thing for, I'm in a networking group, and I did it to meet people in an area in the south of the cities, actually, for me. And I had worked with a member who started the networking group. And it's not a place that I get sales out of, but it is a place that I'm able to bounce ideas from. And they just have networking events that I've participated on that have been like, finding time, balancing your time, doing a vision board, some of those same things that 31 talks about. But I've been able to do it with other women near me, not in direct sales. So this group at this point is like 400 people, but I have an entire group of women who are running their own businesses. And so they're leads for me. There's leads to have conversations with, let them know what I'm doing in my business so that it may spark conversations. But there's 2 things that I'm working on with some members in there. So I'm looking for photographers. I'm looking for photographers because we have a beautiful photo line. And most of the photographers that I know are small. They're not big studio photographers. They're the woman down the street, that does it as a side business because she's a stay-at-home mom. So those are the photographers that I'm looking for to offer our photo collection. So how nice would it be for them to be able to take photos, but then also offer their customers our photo products that they can put the photos on. So I'm using the networking group to kind of talk this idea through with actual photographers to see if it's even something that they would like to do, that they think other photographers would be interested in, and then what are price points that I can offer. We have our charms, we have our canvases. Do I offer all of it? It's a place for me to brainstorm with those that I'm actually trying to target, essentially. The other one is real estate agents. We're in the summer, or about to be, trying to get into the summer. The housing market is gonna boom here, and it's already starting to. So reaching out to real estate agents. I've had a few conversations with a couple. We have products like our pillows, our canvases, all of our wood products make beautiful home products. And who wouldn't love to walk into their new home with, a caddy with little daisies or flowers in it, or a wood tray that has their name on it. So products like that, but it could even just be something like our little carry-out caddy or the mini storage bin, or even a small utility filled with some items for someone who's buying a new home. It could be dish towels, a candle, things like that. So the idea is I would reach out to real estate agents. Again, I'm using my networking group that has some agents in there to kind of ping some ideas off of them. I've run into where I'm a little confused on, and I don't know if I'm going to get the answer of what people are willing to spend and who actually does gifts in the real estate agent world. Because what I've figured out is some don't really do anything and some do very lavish. And I think at the end of the day, it's really up to them on what they want to spend. So, but that's okay, because I think in that particular market, you can show an agent, ask them, what is their typical budget that they use for their home buyers to give as a gift, if they give a gift, and then try and create something that is within their budget. And then, you can use Marketplace and just offer them like a bulk discount, or you could create a party. I will always say in those situations, I wouldn't even say the word party. Do it on the back end. You know what you need to do to get Hostess rewards and make it cheaper. Offer it to them in a way that they're just basically placing a bulk order, and then you do whatever you need to do on the back end. If it's in bulk, they could just come to you every time that they have someone, that is buying something new or a new house, and do an order here and there. I would always say, I think what I'm going to try and do is if you do a bulk order up front, you do a discount. That way you kind of get it all at once or as it comes. So that's the real estate agent idea that I have. Again, all the photo products and the products that you can use for a real estate agent, that's all the marketing. That's all the swirl. We still have to do the asking. So that's when it comes to, show them all, what we're able to do. But at the end of the day, it's, what do you think? Would you like to do this for one of your customers? Would you like to book a party? This one I wouldn't so much do the book a party. I would probably just do it as a sales, as orders. The other couple that I have are working women on the go. So I obviously run into that a lot working downtown, and I literally see women carry like 3 bags. It's humorous sometimes because they have bags everywhere. But I think moms on the go are the same way, right? We always have multiple bags going on between our purses, our regular bags, our kids' stuff, whatever it may be. So finding those women who are on the go, who are moms on the go, who are working on the go, we have solutions for all those. So it's really just making a list of who are those women that you encounter and doing the ask, showing them how we can solve their problem and create the solution and ask them. In this situation, yes, they can buy, but why would you buy when you can host a party and get the rewards, right? So this is definitely one that I would, my ask would be, would you like to host your own party and get rewards to earn some free products of your own? The other one, moms are home with kids all summer. So they need to keep them busy. So that's the idea of how can we create some crafty ideas and bring moms and their kids together and do kind of, an hour get together somewhere. And I know, it doesn't need to be your house. I know churches have open rooms. Some fire stations sometimes have community rooms that you can rent out. Or
coffee shops
for
do
free.
too.
What is it?
Coffee shops do too.
Yes, coffee shops will do it. I mean, and those places will do it because you're coming in and you're buying coffee and you're buying stuff anyway, so that you're bringing in their clientele for them too. So it becomes a partnership, right? And I think that's the same. A lot of coffee shops and a lot of places will let you set up a table if you just ask. So that's a good idea for that too.
So Dana, just when you're talking about the real estate agent,
yes.
I don't know what budgets are, but I have a friend that sells Scentsy. I know one of the real estate agents in town here ordered a warmer for their closing, and so I mean at that point it was like a $35 purchase. So I don't know. I mean, just to kind of give you an idea, that's one instance that I know. So I mean, it's probably different, when you figure out on a house that they purchase or,
Yes, and I'm sure it's probably based on somewhat other commission. And I think, as a real estate agent, if they're with an agency already, I think they get paid as, like, I'm finding $25 seems to be a minimum in which it's not out of the agent's pocket. So, and this is, again, what I'm kind of speculating, but I need to ask a few people to understand. But it feels like they kind of get so much that they can do per sale, and then anything above and beyond is out of their pocket. So some people are willing to pay out of their pocket because it could get them another referral later on. So I think it definitely depends on the agent. Fundraising. We've talked a little bit about fundraising, which I think is awesome. Don't discount fundraising. Fundraising can be super powerful within, sports teams, but even churches, mission trips. You can fundraise for anything. I have my husband's cousin who I just thought about last night. She has started to ride horses, and she's got to board her horse. And the last couple of years, she's asked me to donate $20 for her to board her horse. And here I'm thinking last night, well, why don't I just do a fundraiser for her? So even, thinking, especially in rural areas, fundraise. If anybody needs money for anything, honestly, we can do it. And I think people are way more willing to buy something knowing that the money is going to go somewhere than necessarily maybe to book a party. Now, with a fundraiser, obviously you give them your commission, but in response to that, you get the hostess rewards. So one, you can buy your own products that you want to use with your hostess rewards. You can buy products with those rewards and give them away if you don't want anything. I know sometimes I've done drawings for my VIPs as a thank you for being great customers, and I've used that. Or, if you're going to do some vendor events, it's a great way to maybe stock up some things for free for the vendor event. So you kind of have to plan ahead. But that way you have some product in hand to do your cash and carry. And I just did that with some large utility totes. I had our mega party that we did as a team. I did not need anything else. So I used those rewards to get some utility totes for my vendor event next week. So trying to think through down the line of how you can use those hostess rewards as well. Otherwise, you buy products through the hostess rewards and then you just sell them for cash, and whatever the difference is, you're making profit. So don't ever not use your hostess rewards, especially the free ones. You can always sell them later. So yes, mission trips. There's tons of things to fundraise for. Keep your eye out. I think that's the hardest part, is just being aware of your surroundings. And whether it's through Facebook or even in conversations of you hear someone and you're like, oh, I can totally help them, offer it to them. Another one is daycares. And we were talking about this earlier. Daycares there's two ways you can do daycares. Obviously, they all need stuff in the daycare. So I think doing a fundraiser for them so that the daycare could get money to buy new toys or whatever they need in the daycare is one way to do it. Or depending on the daycare and your connection with them, you could also offer to set up a table during a time when parents are coming and going as a vendor. It's kind of a vendor event, right? And the daycare can get either the commission or the hostess rewards, whichever they prefer. Daycares have a ton of other parents that could use 31 as well. So it's how do you kind of get the word out and create a new customer base? Everybody's traveling right now. Everybody's taking summer vacations, whether it's road trips, flights, whatever it may be. Pay attention to those as well. So, again, it's being aware of those posting on Facebook that they've just booked their next trip, or they are excited that they're going on their trip. Reach out. Do you have a nice travel bag? 31 has great travel bags, right? Offer the opportunity to purchase a travel bag. We have a lot of travel bags too that fit right on as carry-ons in the planes, which are great. I've used many of them. It's a great way to bring a lot of stuff with you without having to check your bag. And then Father's Day is coming. Think of all the men who you could do Father's Day's gifts for. So you're not reaching out to the men, obviously, but reach out to the wives, the sisters, the moms, all those people that would do a Father's Day gift. People don't always think of 31 when they think of men, Obviously, most of our products probably don't connect, but we do have a lot of products that are neutral. You can do personalization. My husband, they don't have it anymore, but he loves the wallet. Look at it. He's so cute. He loves this wallet. He has sold a couple of them for me with his friends. The thermals are great. I mean, yes, they could bring a cooler to wherever they're going, but if they don't want to bring a huge cooler and just want to throw something on their shoulder for a 6-pack of beer, whatever it may be, our thermals are perfect for that. So don't discount if men that are traveling a lot. We have, I don't have it with me, but we have travel cases that are great for all their shaving stuff, toothbrush, all that stuff for travel. Duffel bag's great. It's got a separate foot shoe slot in it. That is usually very popular with the guys. They can take it hunting, they can take it wherever. The utility totes are great for hunting. So don't discount. I would say present the ideas. So that's part of your marketing, right? Present the ideas of what we have that would work. And then your ask is going to be, do you see any of these gift ideas that you think would work perfect for so-and-so? I hope you guys are walking away with some ideas on what you can do and what your next move is. And sometimes these ideas feel really big. So like the real estate agent and the photographer, it feels big to me because I don't know them. I don't know any of them. I have to go find people, but do it in small pieces. Like for me, it's the networking group and just finding out, do I think it's going to work? And then just find one agent, one photographer, one person, one mother to contact. And just kind of build up to it. If you get overwhelmed by it, don't feel like you have to like attack this target market and do multiple target markets. I would say if anything from today, walk away with like one target market that you want to go after in the next couple of months and just work towards that and keep doing your marketing and your ask and funnel them through to what we need them to do. Okay. So we are going to move on. The other part of what I sent you guys is this checklist. And this is on TOT as well. This checklist they've been giving it to us every selling as the catalogs change. So the summer catalog, which is this one, is starting June 1st. So right now, this is the last month for this catalog. So if you have anyone who has been interested and loves these patterns or these products in here, make sure you reach out to them. I would say the biggest one for me and my customers has been this lavender, and no one's buying it, but everybody keeps complimenting on how beautiful it is. So I will be reaching out to them and say, hey, lavender is going to be gone. If you want anything, get it. Now, I know that they like lavender because of the marketing that I've been doing on Facebook and maybe some comments or posts that I've received. So again, it creates a lead, but it isn't doing anything else. I have to go and ask them to make sure I get the sale.
When can we get the summer catalogs?
They are, I think they're out right now.
Are they? I thought I looked on Friday and I didn't see them. Maybe I'm looking in the wrong spot. Because I had that issue last time too.
So make sure you go you're going to do a business supply order, and then it's going to be consultant supplies. And then I do caution you because someone did say the other day that it's a little bit confusing because the spring is still on there too. Make sure before you click to buy it that it's not spring and it's summer.
Okay.
I know a few consultants have almost accidentally bought more spring. So this is our summer checklist. This is just a way for you to, as you're trying to create consistency in your business, and I'm going to say the key to it all is creating consistency. So making sure, I love this saying from, and I threw it on the bottom of your funnel page, but it says, be a lighthouse, not a searchlight. Be a lighthouse, not a searchlight. What that means is you want people to know that when they think of 31, they think of you. So how do you create your brand, your I Sell 31? You want them to think of you so that they automatically know to come to you. Not being a searchlight means, and I think we all do it, I even do it, I'm constantly like searching out, right? I'm searching. I'm like trying to find people, I'm trying to get to the people. Creating consistency in your business allows you to do less of that. So whether, for me, it's posting daily on my business page, and it doesn't have to be 31. It's very much other things. In fact, I forget to do 31 stuff on there a lot. It's in just being engaging so that they remember you, they're engaging with you, they think of you. And then just consistently working your business. So you're reaching out and saying, hey, I have this new thing happening. Would you like a catalog? Would you like to host a party? Would you like me to send you more information about the opportunity? And I'm going to touch on the opportunity and the sponsorship because that cruise that they just announced is very much something all of you, and I mean all of you, can get. It is not easy. It is hard work, and you need to put a plan in place to make sure that you hit it. But it all evolves around consistency, sponsorship, because you have to have 3 PICAs, which are 3 people that have enrolled and hit 1,000 in sales, as well as partying. Now, the key to all of that is partying, to be honest with you, which is why I wanted to focus on this funnel today, because if you party, and if you party consistently, you are getting in front of the people that you need to get in front of to sponsor. The next step in all of that is just asking them, would they like more information about joining the 31 family? And I read this to the group this morning, and I want to read it to you because I am also doing a sponsor push at the moment. And I've gone through and done all my hostesses for the year, and now I'm reaching out to people that maybe have had some interest or mentioned it, or I even went through all my Facebook parties in the since September, like last September. And if they had commented or asked questions about the sponsorship or even liked it, I sent them this note. So the idea is I'm trying to do the ask to see if they would like some more information about sponsoring or about joining 31. So my message has, let me not do this one. Let me find one that I just did. Here we go. So this is someone who was in my Hostess of the Month club multiple times. She's been a very good customer of mine. I wrote her, hey, I hope you are enjoying this incredible weekend because it's beautiful outside. In case you haven't seen, for the first time ever in the history of 31, they are offering an opportunity to earn a cruise to all consultants. In the past, you had to be a leader to earn the trips. This is an incredible opportunity on top of 25% commission, 40% discounts, and amazing Wishes Rewards program. The earning time frame for the cruise is May 1st through October 31st. Do you want me to get you some additional information, or do you have questions about joining the 31 family? That is giving them information that, hey, we just got this amazing announcement. It's a credible opportunity based off of all the other things that we get. So I'm hitting on the fact that we got commission, we have a 40% discount, and a lot of people don't know that. Even people that have been in this business for years or been a customer for years don't know that we have a 40% discount now. That is new, and it's still pretty new, and it's pretty cool. And then the Wishes Rewards I'm mentioning too, but I'm not going into depth about that because it can get very confusing. I'm just mentioning it. I want to make sure that I give them the opportunity to tell me that yes, they would like more information, or no, they would not like more information. And then just allowing them to ask the questions. So the key to this message though is I have to follow up. They may answer yes or no, or they may not answer at all, and they might ignore the message. And this is the same thing for parties. Make sure you're following up. Most often, if they don't respond to you, it's because they literally, and I've done this the same for myself, I'm doing something, I look at the message, and then I close it, and I'm like, okay, I'll respond to her later. That's usually all it is. It's not that you've offended them or, something has happened. It's just they got busy, just like the rest of us. It's okay to follow up and say, hey, I sent you a message the other day, whatever. Did you have time to read it? Same thing with the opportunity. If you are able to send them information, follow up a week, 2 weeks later and say, hey, I sent you some information. Have you had time to look at it? Do you have any questions? Sponsoring is not being pushy. Someone just signed up on our team last week. She's been a customer of mine for 4 years. 4 years. And she's laughing at herself right now because she's like, I don't know why I didn't do this sooner. Sometimes it's just about the right time, and it's okay to ask someone every time something new comes up. So we get new kits every 6 months. It's okay to reach back to them and say, hey, we have this great new kit. Would you like some more information? Have you thought any more about 31? And is this the right time maybe for you to look at it again? So the point of that is continuing to stay in contact with them and don't just kind of let them go at the moment because they said no to you. The no is just right now, it's not forever. Conference. Are any of you coming to conference?
No, I'm going to be on vacation that week, so.
That's correct.
I was so close, and then I looked at my son's basketball schedule, and he's got a tournament that weekend in Fort Wayne, Indiana.
Oh, so you will be traveling.
Not for 31. Well, no, I don't think I'm going to go, but still. So no, I can't.
That's all right. I will try and bring a little piece back to you. Even if you miss it this year, I'm going to tell you to try and go the next time. Amy, have you ever been to it?
Yes, I have. The very first year I went.
Did you? So last year was my first year. I didn't know what to expect, and this is sad, I really just went to walk a stage because I had promoted to director and I had the opportunity to walk the stage. I really wasn't interested in the whole conference part of it. I really there may only be the only opportunity in my life that I get to walk a stage, so I said, why not? So in general, what I got out of it is just the opportunity really to meet a ton of other women that know what you're doing because they're doing it. And I think you walk away with, I'm not alone. I'm not alone in this journey. I'm not alone in the struggle of our businesses. I'm not alone in trying to figure out, do I still want to be a consultant or not? I'm not alone in my success. It's just, that's the great part of it, is everybody, we all face these same struggles just as all of you are and just as I am. And it's really a place to listen to Cindy and Scott, who are very inspirational, and allow them to pour into us and, doing speakers and so forth. So I am planning on going, and I will bring as much of it back as I can to share. Even if you're not going to conference, the fact that you show up today and to do this meeting is a step in the right direction. There are moments that 31 gives us to kind of fill our cup back up. For me, I probably would have quit entirely if I hadn't gone to Leadership Summit in February. That was me filling my cup back up. And I walk away with ideas, some inspiration on, okay, I need to work on this. I'm ready. I'm excited again. Take those opportunities, whether it's our CNC meetings, whether it's just, connecting with other consultants in the area that are getting together. Take those opportunities to connect, because I think it's important to stay motivated. This business can be really lonely when you feel like you're constantly pushing and pushing and pushing. The idea should be that you're not pushing, that you're sharing. If you feel like if you're pushing, you're probably not doing the right thing. Asking a question and how can I help you is not pushing. I'm in a mindset where I like to help people. So whether it's putting an appropriate bag in their hands to help them with their day-to-day lives, or helping them, fundraise for something that's important to them, or maybe it's just helping them see 31 as an opportunity to have an extra income or whatever it may be for them. It's just sharing. They say no to me, I don't care. Sometimes the conversation of itself is worthwhile. And you move on. You take it as a no and you celebrate it and you walk away and you go on to find your yes, because it will come, I promise you. We're kind of done. We're going to wrap up. The important dates that they gave us to make sure you are aware of is on May 14th, they're going to do a setup for summer live. So I think they had done that for spring, where they showed a lot of the products and gave you ideas as well on setting up for summer. So that might be a really good event to log into. I'm sure it'll be a live or Zoom event that we can watch. May 15th through the 22nd is an early access event. So you can buy anything in the summer catalog 40% off in our marketplace. I don't do that. My only reasoning for not doing it is I'm cheap. And if I can earn it for free, I'm going to earn it for free. So incentives, the monthly incentives they do are kind of my driver in making sure that I hit 1,000 in sales. And I'm sure we'll have another one here in a couple months because we just had one in April. Those incentives they put the products in your hands for the coming months. So like these little guys, that's a special. That's going to be a special here in a few months. So also note, they have the June, July, and August customer specials and hostess specials on TOT right now. Look at those. Figure out who needs one of those. They have thermals in there. They have our totes, our small utility totes and crossbody. Here's another idea for you. This is me getting out of my comfort zone. This is our gymnastics bag. So my daughter has been in this gym for 6 years now, and they just started competing this year. And they wanted bags. And out of nowhere, I asked the owner I sell bags. Would you be interested in me helping you? She would have gone to another local company that does personalization and like sports gear and stuff. But instead, I brought a bunch of bags to the gym. We tried them out. We put them on some kids, and we ended up with this one. So all the moms got this bag, and this is Flyaways North. So we personalized it with their gym name, and then had it personalized. And then the kids all got this with their names on it. So even sports places in your community that may be able to use a team bag, reach out to them. We can absolutely personalize with their name on it. Now, we will have some restrictions depending on what the name is, but there's always a lot of workarounds. And so this was I think I ended up doing $900 in sales, and I just did a marketplace order. And then it's an ongoing. So now, hopefully, as we get new girls on the team, they will be ordering bags as well. So now it creates a little bit of a consistent ordering business. Okay, so other dates are the conference registration closes May 31st. So if anything changes, that does close May 31st. June 1st, our summer guide opens, and then the conference is July 19th through the 21st. What I love about today is you can now get to meet each other face-to-face versus not just on our team page. Use each other, use us, even if it's just through Messenger or a text message or whatever. But if you want to bounce an idea or want to see maybe we can put a big list together of all of our ideas to help each other out. So when you get stuck, kind of go back to who you got to put in your funnel, so that we can fill the funnel up and then start marketing to them and then party with them and then do the sale. There is a Gives video, but I don't think I'm going to do it. Hold on 1 minute. So this flyer is also on TOT. The month of, so June through August, all of the Gives roundup is going to the Ronald McDonald House. And then in July, they will be doing big events at our local Ronald McDonald houses. So you can go and volunteer. I don't have any super close, well, I might. And I don't know if you guys have any near you, but I think if anything, if you do an in-home party, I would frame this and put it on your table. If you do an online party, I think it's a great brochure to, I'm pretty sure they have it as a JPEG graphic in TOT to share this out. And that, 31 gives back, and this is who we're giving back to right now. And then vendor events, if you do any vendor events, put this on your table as well. Just put it in a frame, and then it's a great conversation starter. And there are a lot of people that spend time in the Ronald McDonald houses. So I think this is also a great conversation. If someone kind of pays attention to it and says, oh, you do this, you can have that conversation and maybe even create a fundraiser for them. So that's what the Ronald McDonald House is. June through August, we'll be donating for that. All right, I feel like I've done a lot of talking. Before I leave all of you, I gotta make sure I have everything I wanted to say. I wanna know your one takeaway from this meeting and what you're gonna go do next.
I think my son plays sports with a little boy whose parents own their own realty company.
Okay.
So approach them and just see what they have.
Yes. Well, and
Or
so
what I can
are they agents themselves, or do they have like agents that work for
They're
them?
agents themselves, and I don't know if there's any other agents, but it's a family-owned realty company. So
and I love that, and I would make sure that you share too kind of 31's mission, because I think it's a great partnership. When you take the real estate piece of it and putting people in new homes, and then you tie it to just the fact that 31 likes to give back in general, I think it creates a fun story. Who's next? I like it, Chris.
Posting online is just marketing. You aren't selling unless you ask. That is my biggest takeaway.
Isn't that a good one? I was like, darn, I'm not doing my job.
I mean, I took a lot more than that, but that's probably the biggest thing that I have to remember.
It has been mine, and I don't think it's a small takeaway. I think it's something that is important to keep in front of you. And even now, like sometimes I'll get into a messaging conversation, and then I take a moment and say, did I just ask anything? Because we sometimes just forget to ask, and we're just showing and showing and showing, but the follow-up is really that question. What else?
Well, I think I am going to contact the organizer of the Bio Girls. It just started, and it's a 12-week program in the summer. So I'm thinking maybe if I can try to catch up with her soon and do one of the succulent things. I saw a post they were looking for people to sponsor the girls that are in the program.
Okay.
So that would be a way I could maybe, do the trays or something, or the carry caddies, and get sponsors. Use the commission to donate to them for sponsors of the girls. So
I love that whole thing. I mean, that's such a fun. That's such a fun group that started. Again, like it does completely goes into our mission as well. And I think, make that your starting point, but then as you connect with the parents of the girls and all of that, it's just make sure that you continue to kind of put out those feelers and expand it. So it's like the bio group kind of gets you in and gets you that first connection, and it may not happen overnight, and it's not going to, but as you continue to be involved maybe in that group, or they see you as someone to go to, it expands. It's just like, being a part of my PTO. I've now been in it 2 years, but now when I walk down the hall, they all know I'm the 31 lady. They didn't know that 2 years ago. So it's just, staying connected in those, I guess, groups that you get yourself into, and make the most of it. I want one of those groups here. I need to look into that. That's a super cool. I love that.
And it shouldn't be tough to get into, because the individual that started it or got the program going was a former 31 director. So
all right, she knows ya.
I feel I got him in. So
I think you do.
Just move forward now.
Let us know how it goes. I want to hear about all your guys' stories. How about you, Jen?
I am actually my sister's mother-in-law, and I have a good friend that are both at-home daycare providers.
Okay.
So I'm going to reach out to them. And my nephew is on a trap shoot team, and it's just starting up. So I'm going to see if there's anything I can do. My sister's part of that, and she's part of the church, the Luther Leaguers. So I'm going to reach out to her on those too.
I love that. And you know what? The trap leagues have become very popular.
Yes.
They're becoming very popular where we are too. Actually, someone I work with, he is one of the coaches for the high school that I see. You guys give me ideas all the time too, so I can totally reach out to him. So yeah, love it. Great ideas. All right, so we're kind of done. I do have our amenities. So I'm going to do a drawing, and then we're going to mail them to you guys. All right, I have these little purple slips that my daughter wrote each of the amenity in. So we had this cactus one, just the cactus print. This is the all-in organizer. And then there was a mermaid one. And then a dinosaur. And I don't always love all the amenities that we get, but again, it puts products in your hands that you can showcase that someone may like, and you can always sell it later. All right, so I have these purple slips. I'm gonna get one of my girls to do the drawing because it's more fun. Hey girls, wanna come here and help me do a drawing? Oh. You want to help me do a drawing? All right. We are going to draw Tanya's first. You guys want to show your faces? So you can see right there. This is Morgan. This is Brooke. All right. We're doing Tanya's first. Pick. You going to open it? You can't read yet.
Dinosaur.
The dinosaur. So Tanya got a dinosaur.
Thank you.
And then let's do Chris.
A dinosaur.
A
too.
dinosaur.
Thank you.
And we got Jen.
Can I do it? Can I do it?
Yep. A dinosaur.
All right.
The other one's in here. You get Amy?
A mermaid.
Amy got a mermaid. All right.
Thank you.
We get everybody.
Awesome.
All right. So I will send those out to you guys so you have those.
Everybody got a dinosaur.
I know. They did send us a lot of dinosaurs, though. I felt like we had more dinosaurs.
You did.
I do have, I think,
Cactus.
one more mermaid and one cactus. So it's like if you really hate what you got, just let me know and switch it out. But let me know before tomorrow. That's a wrap, guys. I hope you got something juicy out of this meeting that you can take away. Let's stay connected. I'm going to check in with you guys in the next few weeks and see how things are going and if you're doing what you wanted to do. Sometimes we just need that extra follow-up and that extra motivation to keep going. Even if you get some no's, keep going. I would say get your parties booked. That's probably the first and foremost, is start figuring out who you want to talk to, who you want to ask, get your parties and your vendor events scheduled. And make a goal. It's something that I've started to do, and it feels better if I put something, if I put a number down of how many parties I want, or maybe how many vendor events I want to do. I just keep plugging away until I get the number that I want. And right now it's been 4 parties a month. So I had 4 parties, one slipped out, and I decided I could let it go, but I'm not. So I went back to the drawing board yesterday and started contacting people again to fill up that May party. So that's it. I hope you have a great rest of your Sunday evening, and I'll talk to you guys later.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming, Amy.
Yep.